Hi guys, it's Mickey here. In this video, I want to go into depth about my passion for music, just kind of what kind of artists I listen to and what inspires me about them. So to start, I would say my earlier days when the passion really started for music, for me was when I first got into rock music. So when I was into rock music, I was listening more to like indie rock, alternative rock, and like emo rock. So those were always my favorite bands. I was really into like Papa Roach, A Day to Remember, Fall Out Boy. But my favorite band is and has always been 21 Pilots. What inspires me so much about 21 Pilots, one, I would say, is definitely their community. When I see the fans of 21 Pilots, when I see the community that they've built, I'm truly like, there is no other community like this. Their audience is super engaged, and it's because they make their music so engaging, and because they put just heavy amounts of meaning into their songs. Every song is very, very intentional, and that has always really spoken to me. I think one other thing about 21 Pilots that really just stood out to me and really just what made me gravitate so much toward them was they were the first band that I heard that was really pushing the boundaries of genres. They just really didn't want to constrict themselves into one box to call themselves one genre. They really wanted to mix and play with multiple genres, and just hearing that for the first time really moved me. I was like, oh my gosh, you can break out of a certain genre. You don't have to adhere to one. Like, it was the first time I ever saw it, and I was like, this is amazing. I didn't know you could do that, and my mind was just blown that they were pushing those boundaries and doing those things with music. I also just really I will always be interested in the lore that goes on in the 21 Pilots community. I'm always going to be excited for what they're going to come out with and the lore that they put into their music. But I just love how intentional and meaningful all their songs are. Like, I swear, if you want to dig deeper, you can. And if you want to go deeper than that, you can. Like, they just keep putting deeper and deeper meanings and messages in their songs. It's really crazy if you want to get into it. But recently I've been getting more into EDM music. So it's now been about 2 years that I started listening to EDM. My sisters, I have two older sisters. My sisters have always been super into EDM. They've always been super into rave culture. They're going on like 10 years of being really involved in that community and really in love with the EDM genre. And the three of us all listen to very different EDM genres as like our favorite, but we're all three of us really like all different kinds of EDM genres. And what really just changed it for me, because like I said, I was never really interested in it, and yes, I was exposed to it because my two sisters were so interested in it, and they really wanted me to have the love that they have for it. So they did expose me to it, but I wasn't really interested in it. What really changed for me was my very first rave, which was February 2022. I went to my first rave ever, and I immediately fell in love. My whole life turned around. I was like, this is the best experience I ever had. When's the next show? I bought my EDC ticket right away. So like just a few months later, I'm going to EDC. I don't really know EDM music. I don't really listen to EDM music, and I just threw myself into EDC. And if you don't know EDC is one of the biggest music festivals. I'd say arguably the biggest music festival in the US. They have 3 whole nights of non-stop music that start at like 4 or 5 p.m. and go on until 6 in the morning. And they have so many stages. I think it's like over 8 stages. if you include like the little stages of music, just all kinds of music playing. It's a huge speedway just covered in stages, music, and carnival rides. So me being someone who's never been in EDM, never listened to EDM, don't know really any EDM artists, I just went to EDC, and at the end of the immense amounts of music that I listened to, my top 3 favorite sets were number 3 Murata, number 2 Excision Detox, and number 1 was Liquid Stranger. So if you know those artists, that can tell you what kind of music I really fell in love with at EDC, and just as getting into the EDM genres. So to give some presence on that kind of stuff, Murata I would describe as like just the filthiest, most in-your-face, heavy rhythm that you could experience. They really go hard and it's super filthy. And then for Excision Detox and Liquid Stranger, that's the very like wonky, it's extremely wubby, it's very heavy bass. It's also kind of considered dubstep, but it's really like weird and experimental dubstep. So that was the genre that I fell most in love with, and I was having the best time of my life at that Liquid Stranger set. It was truly life-changing just to really get into like my weird self and to just have my brain be so stimulated in all the weird ways that it loves to be stimulated. And then at Detox, it was like just letting go of all other emotions, just really engaging in the music and letting that weird experimental wonky music just totally change your mind and your body. It was truly something else. So even though like wonky, weird EDM music is my favorite, I would say Ray Volpe, who is like bro step, dubstep genre, I would say Ray Volpe is the one who inspires me the most. And I say this because I've been so lucky to see Ray Volpe like 4 times already, if not more. And every time I know that he's gonna throw down, I know it's gonna be like the highlight of my weekend. And I know I'm gonna like cry, because when he speaks, when he's on stage, you can feel just how humble he is and how grateful he is to be there, and just how excited and happy he is that he's made it. And he is not shy to say that he's really like taking in the moment, and you can tell that he's very passionate about his music. But he'll talk about how people doubted him for so many years and he still made it, and he's here, and just how amazing that moment is for him. And he's even like crying on stage, and it moves me so much. I'm like, the way he speaks makes me want to make music and inspires me so much to go on my own journey of creating music. And I'd say now, like, hearing all of those my favorite EDM genres, naturally my favorite EDM artist right now is Subtronics, because that's just kind of like one artist that engulfs all of my favorite things. It's that nasty rhythm, it's that heavy bro step, and it's that wonky, weird, experimental beats. And just my favorite part of Subtronics though would have to be, like, hands down 100%, is the like samples that he puts in his songs, like the words that he puts in his music. It just like hits my brain on this frequency that no one else has ever been able to hit before. Just the like weird parts of my brain that just love to hear those weird things that he says in his songs. So if you're not familiar with Subtronics, go listen to his music and you'll hear all these weird samples and you might think, wow, that's weird. But for me, that my brain's just like, yes, exactly. So anyways, I have been super motivated lately to learn how to make EDM music, and I am like a total noob. I have never learned music production in my life. I don't know anything about music production. I don't know anything about like how to make EDM music. By no means, but I am going to start learning how to make music. I'm dedicating so much of my time to that. I'm gonna put those 10,000 hours it takes to develop a skill into that is my priority right now. So if you guys would like to see a total noob go into this journey and learn how to make music completely from the beginning, you should subscribe, because that's exactly what I'm going to show on this YouTube channel. But yeah, that's basically what I was going to go into on this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe if this kind of stuff interests you. And in my next video, I'll go into a different passion before I start going into my music journey. So I'm just going to talk about how much I love cooking in my next video. So yeah, stick around. Thanks. Bye.